Riley, SamLyell, Marathon Petroleum. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
How you been?
Good, yourself?
Pretty well. Up to anything interesting lately?
It's working, man.
Just working?
Yeah.
Man, come on.
Yeah.
It's fall, it's football season, ain't
It's happy
it?
to get old.
Yeah,
Gotta work.
Yeah, well, I have a few years, right?
Yeah.
Under my belt.
Yeah.
All right. So, I do want to be respectful of your time today. And I do realize that we have a lot to cover, so I want to jump into things. But before I do that, I kind of want to just ask you a few questions just to kind of get a feel for how things have been at the store and really just get updated on some things. Is that all right?
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. So Riley, are you still the main decision maker at your store?
Yep.
Cool. So really, just can you give me an overview of really the store as far as sales go and really foot traffic in your store?
Yeah, I mean, I think everything's going relatively smooth from the competition stance. I'm seeming to be able to compete with some newer hypermarketers and other bigger stores in the area. Implementing the 3 new items that we implemented about 6 months ago has increased my sales. Hasn't got the return on the investment that I had hoped.
Okay.
Looks like it's going to be about 2 years to return that $20,000 investment versus the original expectation of 6 months.
Right.
No, it's all in all, everything's going well. I want it to be better, but I'm not struggling in the sense that I need to make drastic changes, but I do want to make changes to help my business.
Well, that's really good to hear. I mean, you're doing well. So just as far as, I noticed that you're in a residential area, I just kind of wanted to really hear from you what you see in your store as far as your customer base.
Yeah, it differs on the time of the day. Really anyone that can drive comes to the store. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a diverse clientele, but in the morning I get a lot of construction workers coming inside the store, getting ready to go out to their job site that are spending a little bit more money inside the store buying their pops and chips and stuff for the day. In the afternoon you get a variety of drivers that are heading home from work or heading home from school that stop in. So
Yeah.
really anyone you can think of.
Sure, and you are close to a couple of colleges, so we can certainly kind of target those college campuses and really grow share in that space.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of traffic from them on the gasoline side, but definitely on the beer side I get my fair share of college students.
Yeah, sure. So I know the last time we spoke, you did kind of express some interest in implementing some kind of food service into your store. What can you tell me about, those future plans?
I secured a loan to implement a food service offering. I really think it's an important piece to have inside the store for really from the competition side as well as the revenue side. I've been in discussions with really 3 pizza chains. I've really kind of narrowed down to Hunt Brothers Pizza at this point. I think the upfront investment's minimal. Everyone loves pizza, so it's tough to argue with that. And then they also have a breakfast pizza, which I really want to have a breakfast offering for those construction workers.
Definitely. So can I ask what the other 2 pizza offerings were?
Papa John's and Little Caesars.
Okay. And then can I just get a quick update? I know the last time we spoke, we talked a little bit about your sales. Are you still floating around $50,000 in the store and around $100,000 of gasoline a month?
Yeah, that's a good estimate.
Okay, cool, perfect. So, really, is there anything that you feel I need to know as your sales rep? I'm really just trying to get a lot of information so I can, see something that really best fits your needs.
No, just really something that's going to increase my sales.
Sales.
I'm keeping the profit margin where it's at. I don't want to. Being in a gas station environment, you already have a large amount of sales for a small amount of margin on the gas side, so it's important to keep a high profit margin inside the store.
Definitely. We'll see what we can do about raising that profit margin. So what I have for you today is a food service option. It's really a quick serve restaurant concept. And just by looking at that crispy crunchy chicken, does that look familiar to you at all, Riley?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Okay,
I
so
think there's any around.
Yeah, there's actually one. It's about 30 minutes north, but they're really prominent in the south. And there's about 2,300 locations in the U.S. alone. They're just experiencing tremendous growth. And are you familiar with Thrillist, the online media source? They kind of they report on food, entertainment, travel. They actually, this past August, ranked Crispy Crunchy Chicken as America's best fried chicken chain.
Wow.
So they're just experiencing tremendous growth, and it's a really exciting time to join this business. So if you open that up, you can just kind of look and see what they have as far as food offerings. You'll see some chicken entrees on there, but they also offer some sorts of seafood. And you mentioned that you did have a lot of construction workers coming in the morning. If you keep flipping through you'll see some breakfast offerings. So I think it's really important that we focus on those clients coming in early in the morning. And you did realize, or I do realize that you are looking for something to really grow your share overall, like we talked about when we want to maintain that profit margin. So this is really something that offers a great variety of foods throughout the morning and into the late afternoon. So just by looking at that, Riley, what are your thoughts?
So it's all fried food?
It's mostly fried food, yes. It's very, very southern, as you can see just from looking at it, and it's delivered to you, and it's fresh, and that your employees can just put it in the oven, and it's a self-serve style lunch, dinner, or breakfast, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not concerned as much with the taste of the food as I am having really fryers inside my gas station and the smell of grease as consumers come in. That's why I was leaning towards the pizza side versus this, so I don't have grease smelling gas station.
Absolutely. So do you have any equipment in your store right now?
I don't.
Okay, so just to talk a little bit about those alternatives that you mentioned, Papa John's, Little Caesars, and Hunt Brothers. With those, you are going to see, specifically with Papa John's, you're going to see about a 5% royalty fee. And Little Caesars, you're going to see about $8,000 to $12,000 of franchise fees. Whereas with Crispy Crunchy Chicken, you are going to see no royalty fees and no franchise fees. Now, Hunt Brothers Pizza, and you did say that you narrowed it down to that. And I would suggest that with Hunt Brothers Pizza, there's a lot more that goes into the branding with Crispy Crunchy Chicken than Hunt Brothers. So it's going to be a lot more flashy and appealing to the customers coming into the store. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess the grease smell will still be there, so it's kind of my main concern though.
Yeah, and so it's definitely safe, so I don't want you to worry about safety. As far as the smell, it's very cleanly as far as maintaining it. It's very easy to keep it clean, and it really takes about just one employee to just go over every couple hours and just clean out the fryer or sweep up the chicken flakes on the floor, whatever it may be. So it's very low maintenance as far as cleanliness goes, and I don't think you're going to see an issue with smell. So other than the smell, is there anything that's kind of hesitant right now about Crispy Crunchy Chicken?
No, I mean, I guess not knowing the investment yet or anything.
Absolutely, and we're going to get into that right now. You do, okay. So if you keep going and you flip through, I think it's page 17, you're going to find the investment page. Now, Riley, you did mention that you don't have any equipment in your store right now. So what we're looking at is this $35,000 investment, and you did mention that you had secured a $50,000 loan, so that's not going to eat up all of your loan. You're going to still have some money to play around with. And right now, Crispy Crunchy Chicken is offering a 2% rebate on all new purchases made. So your $35,000 just turned into about $34,300. So we're already knocking money off the price. And just for simplicity reasons, I'll just go through the numbers on a monthly basis, because right now it's clear that you're operating at about $15,000 a month profit. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is right.
Okay, great. So if you look here, you'll see about $750 a day, which correlates to about $20,000 in sales per month. And after after subtracting all of your costs involved, which are relatively minimal for when you're talking about a food service, you're looking at about just over $9,000 for cost of sales, and then because we are in this food service industry, you are going to have some waste. There's going to be some food that is going to expire. So with waste and shrink, you're going to see about a loss of about $1,400 a month, which will bring your profit down just a little bit. But we'll get into that a little bit later and the things we can do to solve that.
So for the shrink and the waste, am I going to need like a secondary dumpster for all this waste?
Well, what kind of dumpster do you have now?
It's just your basic 8-foot wide dumpster.
How often does it get picked up?
Once a week.
You should be fine.
Okay.
You should be fine with that. It shouldn't be an issue. And then with the shrink and the waste and cost of sales combined, you're going to see about a profit of $4,000 with the expenses taken out. You're going to see a loss of $4,000, and that's your payroll. We can expect your payroll to be about 20% of sales, give or take, depending. I don't know if you're thinking about hiring a new employee or not.
Yeah, I think I'll have to have a third person during peak hours specifically, no matter what food service offering I implement.
And I recommend that, and it shouldn't be an issue. That's just a minimal cost again. And so your overall investment, if you do all of that with your taxes, your payroll, and then your minor utility bill to keep the fryers running and everything, every month, Riley, you're going to take home about $4,200. which is about a 22% increase from where you're at now. And I think that's very important to focus on because that correlates to about $50,000 a year. Riley, remember when we said this is about a $34,000 investment? You're going to make it back in about 8 months. And this is very, very conservative, the structure, because I know that we talked about the 6-month payback period for that $20,000. It didn't go too well. So I really wanted to build this to be conservative. Is there anything that is sticking out to you right now?
So I mean, if this is conservative, can Marathon or Crispy Crunchy guarantee the $750 per day in sales? So it is a 8-month payback.
So nothing is guaranteed as far as sales goes, but what I can tell you is that your foot traffic in your store is going to skyrocket. It's going to just increase, and I can have a very, very confident, hunch that it is going to be at least $750 a day. Like you said, you have a lot of construction workers coming in. A lot of them will wake up late and not pack their lunch, and they'll just grab it in the store when they're there. So you are going to see a pretty good number, close to $750 a day.
So to get the increased foot traffic, is there a way for consumers to find out that my location offers Crispy Crunchy now outside of just on-site signage?
Absolutely, and I was just about to get to that. What we offer is everything that I'm about to explain to you is included in that $34,300. And if you keep going through the booklet there, and the couple pages after that, you'll see a lot of the branding. Crispy Crunchy invests heavily in branding. So what we'll do is we'll give you all the menu boards, and we'll give you the indoor and outdoor graphics. Now, if you keep going, Crispy Crunchy will have our graphics team come in and we will look at your store and we'll strategically design it so that we can make it appealing to the customer and we can make it look very, very nice and clean. I know you said that the smell is really is something that you're concerned about, and we'll make sure that we position everything so that it's easy to clean and easy to maintain. If you keep flipping through that, you'll see some of the outdoor brandings that we have. And actually, Riley, like I mentioned before, there is a Crispy Crunchy that opened up in Toledo, and here's the address to that. I'd love to just take you to lunch there. I can buy you lunch, and we can just check it out, see what's going on over there, see what you like, see what you don't like, and we can really put something together that's kind of good for you and a good fit for your store.
So the signage is great. So that's included in the $35,000.
Yes, sir.
How do I get like the local community or even people that are traveling know that I have Crispy Crunchy?
Sure. So basically the way it's set up is that if you take a look at the outdoor brandings, that's really going to pop. So people that are coming off the highway just getting gas, they're going to see the outside of your store painted in Crispy Crunchy chicken. So it's not just going to be in store. It's not someone that's going to have to be in the store to see it. And now these customers that are just there getting gas and planning on leaving are going to see that. So Riley, is there anything that is concerning to you right now?
No, I think I'd be interested to do a taste test and
Absolutely.
take you up on lunch and try it out before we make any further steps. But I'd be willing to do that.
Perfect, yeah. And then just one final thing, just real quick. There is a lot of trainings that, again, is included in that $34,000. You said that you were going to hire a new employee. So we do have a lot of on-demand trainings available to you. There's videos and quizzes, just so that we can make sure everything is okay with your customers. And included in that is an analysis of your sales, your margins, your profit. Riley, remember when I said we could take care of that shrink? This is how you do it. When you're really diligent about keeping track of your shrink or keeping track of your sales, you can minimize that waste and close that gap in the waste. So Riley, just real quick, can I ask you, other than price, is there any reason that you would be hesitant to implement Crispy Crunchy chicken today?
I mean, I guess the taste and just the overall smell of the store, but we will visit the gentleman up in Toledo. I think I'll get a better feel for how the store actually operates.
Absolutely, cool. Well, it was a pleasure to meet with you today, and I will gladly take you up on that lunch offer.
Cool. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.